Welcome, everyone, to Yoga for Love in the Trenches. My name is Prema, and make sure you have a scarf or a belt on hand because we will use it for today's practice. And you can just put it to the side, and you're welcome to be on a chair or to sit on the floor, whichever you prefer. I find the postures we're going to do at first, it's better to sit on a chair because I have more space in my spine, and we're going to do some breath work. So sitting in a chair also helps to create more space for the lungs. So I also want to give a warm, welcome during this holiday time. And I'm very honored to be with all of you today. I offer teaching this class out of love to all of our children and in honor of our children. I have found that when I create space for self-care, such as taking a walk in nature or a yoga class, that I create more space in my heart around the grief and the loss, which I have found to be very essential at this time, especially during the holidays. I have often wondered, how can I hold the love and the loss at the same time in my heart all at once? Something the Irish philosopher and poet wrote that has really helped me with this paradox is keep something beautiful in your heart to survive the difficult times and to enjoy the good times. He said, keep something beautiful in your heart to survive the difficult times and to enjoy the good times. The something beautiful I keep in my heart that has helped me to survive during this time has been the timeless and immeasurable love for my son. Recently, I had the opportunity to practice holding this paradox at our Thanksgiving. And there was a particular moment when I became painfully aware of the loss and the absence of my son. And I noticed that my emotions were building and taking shape as anger. And this was not the time I wanted to express anger. So I chose to pause, connected to my breath, and placed my hand over my heart. And I did the box breath, which I imagine a lot of you are aware of, or the Samavriti breath, which we call box breath in yoga. I then imagined I was sending golden love from my heart to my son, and in some mysterious way, he was receiving it. This created great relief and calmed my emotions. So we will begin our practice with practicing the Samavriti breath, or some of you might know as the box breath. Samavriti in Sanskrit means evenness. It's to create the evenness of the mind, like the waves on top of the ocean. We are to create some more stillness within the ocean. So eventually the waves on the top of the ocean begin to become more even. So first we'll do a couple of exercises to be able to help open up the upper body and to create more space for our lungs and more freedom. So let's take a comfortable posture and your feet flat on the floor. Interlace your fingers and open the palms up towards the sky. And let's take a deep inhale here from the bottom all the way to the top of your lungs. And then exhale, rounding forward, push your hands away, flowing out the breath. Fully release your breath. Now inhale, press the palms up to the sky again. All the way to the top of the breath. And now exhale, let's blow out the breath. Rounding forward, arching your back, pushing your hands away. pull your navel in here as you release all of your breath. Inhaling, palms up to the sky. Exhaling, breathing out the breath. Pull the navel in, release all of the breath. Stretching your back like a cat. Inhale up one more time. And now we're going to exhale and twist to the right and round the back as you press the hands away. Inhale up. Exhale over to the opposite side and round the back, releasing all of your breath. Inhaling and come back up. Okay, shake out the palms a little bit here. So take your hands to the tops of your thighs. We're going to make our knees wide here. And take a deep inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, let's come over to one side. And with the opposite hand, press into the opposite thigh here. As you release all of your breath. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Releasing all of the breath, and you press your opposite hand into your knee. So let's do this a couple more times. You can do it your own rhythm. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Feel a stretch in the whole side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale up. And now I'm going to round forward and grab your elbows. As we hang forward here, creating space between the vertebrae. This is also very calming for the mind. You can move your head from right to left. Relaxing, releasing your jaw. And I'll take the elbows and stretch and pull them all the way over to the right side towards your right knee. And let's come back to center and go over to the opposite knee, pulling the elbows towards your left knee. Come back and hang, releasing the head by moving it from right to left. Now take your hands and place them on your thighs, and we're going to slowly round up. I want you to keep your chin to your chest as you slowly, vertebrae at a time, rounding up until you are fully seated, hands resting on the thighs. Keep your eyes closed, or you can keep them soft as you gaze down. And take a moment to notice how you feel inside. Do you feel a little more expanded? A little more spaciousness? Hanging upside down, in yoga we call it an inversion, and it's very good. Get the blood flow to the brain, and as you can tell, it's very calming to the mind. So let's bring our knees, our legs back so they're parallel with each other. And let's inhale, bring the arms up overhead, stretching, and exhaling, taking your hands and pressing on tops of your thighs. And then with your next inhale, lengthen up. Press your hands into your thighs and lengthen from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And breathe normally. You're going to take your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your lower belly. And we're going to begin a Samavriti breath, or as some of you may know as the box breath. So we're going to breathe in for 4, hold at the top of the breath for 4, And then we will exhale for 4. And we'll pause at the bottom of the breath for just a couple of moments. And I will guide you. So we're going to do this for 4 rounds. And you can have your eyes closed, or you can gaze softly down at the ground. And the reason we do this is because it closes our senses and it helps us to focus and bring our awareness more inside. Because if we're looking around, then we're distracted, and that's stimulating the mind. So either gaze down at the floor or close your eyes, and we will begin. Let's take an inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom. Take a normal breath. Rest both of your hands on your thighs. Keep your eyes closed or gazing down. Come to a normal breath. And once again, notice how you feel inside. Notice your mind. Are the waves of your mind a little more even, or maybe a little more quiet? We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. The next breath, let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. We're going to chant one Om together, the universal primordial sound. We'll take a deep inhale and we'll chant one Om. Inhale. Om. Softly bowing your head towards your heart. And if you like, you can set an intention for your class or offer your practice to someone. You can offer it to your beloved. You open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to get our scarf. Let's take the scarf in front of us and open up so you have a nice wide grip here. And inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, over to one side. So I'm taking mine over to the left and gazing over your opposite shoulder. Breathe. Inhale up. And exhale to the opposite side, creating some more space in the shoulders, releasing tension. Inhale up, and we'll do this again. Exhale to the opposite side. Deep inhale up. Exhale to the opposite side. And let's bring our hands forward. And you can take your scarf down to your thighs here and adjust your grip if you need to make it a little wider or if you want to try to make it more narrow. We're going to bring the hands up and back. So you're going to bring the hands up and back if you can. This might be as far as you can come, or it might even be here. So opening up in between the shoulder blades and also the fronts of the shoulders. This is a wonderful stretch to be able to help release tension in our shoulder, in the whole shoulder girdle. So let's go up and back at your own rhythm, moving with your breath, inhaling up and exhaling back. We'll do one more round, inhaling up and exhaling back. Now inhale up and then twist over to one side. I want you to twist from the core here and gaze over towards one side. And let's come back. Inhale. Now exhale, twist to the opposite side. And come back. So you can place your scarf to the side. So let's do a little bit of stretches for our wrists. We hold so much tension in our arms, our shoulders, our arms, and our hands. So interlace the hands and let's do some circles in one direction. So you can go a little faster or a little slower. Do what feels best for you. So let's switch the direction. Open up the palms away from you. Beautiful. Stretch, shake out the hands a little here. So you're going to take one arm and open it up, palm up towards the sky. The opposite hand is going to grab your fingers and pull them towards the floor. So you're going to get this deep opening and stretch in your whole right arm. This is very good if you get tennis elbow or you've been working on a computer for a long time. Breathe. It might be a little intense. So bring your awareness to the whole right arm, wherever you bring your awareness. My teacher always said, the breath will follow. So breathe into your right arm and your right wrist. And then exhale, blow out any tension. One more deep inhale. And exhale, long breathing out. Okay, shake out that hand. And we'll go to the opposite arm. So open up the arm. Take your fingers with the opposite hand and stretch and pull the fingers towards you. And we'll bring our awareness to the breath and take a deep inhale. And then exhale long, breathing it out. Breathing out the tension. Another deep inhale, breathing in through the nose. And exhaling, breathing out through the mouth. Just imagine that you're breathing out any tension like smoke. And shake out that hand. Very good. So let's take our knee, take your right knee and hug the knee in towards my right shoulder here. So I'm moving in that direction. Let's do some circles. And now I'll do circles in the opposite direction. We're working on our hip girdle here. And take the leg and stretch the leg into your hands as you interlace the hands underneath the leg. So press the leg into the hands and stretch the foot away. And now I'm going to rotate your ankle in one direction and in the other direction. So we're opening up all the major joints of our body here as we work through the shoulders and the hips, and then our wrists and our ankles. Let's take another inhale and bring the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Just hug it in here. This is very good for the colon, but we also hold a lot of, any emotions. Emotions really get stuck in the lower belly and hip area. So squeeze that knee in. This helps to release, any kind of stress that we're holding in the lower belly or a digestion. So press the leg into your hands. Interlace the hands behind the leg and press the thigh into the hands as you extend the foot away from you. You can just feel all the muscles in the skin stretching. We're stretching out the fascia in the legs. When you open up the back of the legs, this also helps to release tension in the lower back. And now we're going to do the ankle in one direction. And let's do it in the opposite direction. And stretch the thigh into the hands. Once again, squeeze the knee in. Very good. So let's take the right leg, and you're going to take your right heel to the top of your left knee. So it's like a figure 4 here. And take your right hand and press your right knee into your hand. So I'm pressing my knee into my hand. At the same time, I'm resisting my knee as I push it away. So we're doing an active stretch here. And this is very good to help to reduce any sciatic, if you have any type of sciatic pain or nerve pain, running down your right leg, this will help to reduce it. So let's inhale and pull your right knee towards you again. Now exhale, I want you to resist the knee as you press it away and press the knee back into the chair. And then with the next breath, see if you can inhale and lengthen up. And exhale, breathe out. Any tension you're holding on, blow it out like you're blowing out smoke. Very good. Stretch that leg out, and we'll go to the other leg. Your right heel to the top of your right knee. And we're going to do the same thing. Your left knee is going to press into your left hand. Let's take an inhale, and then exhale, resist the knee as you push it away. So you should feel a targeted area here, right in deep in your left hip. And we're helping to open up the piriformis muscle that can, hug the sciatic nerve. So we're helping to reduce, any kind of tension that you might feel in that joint or that nerve. So inhale, press the knee into the hand again. And then exhale, resist the knee as you press it away and blow it out. Blow it out like smoke. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine here as you press your hand into your thigh. And release. And remember to take your stretch to the edge, but do not push it. I don't want you to feel any kind of pain. Come right to the edge. If you're feeling some pain, soften and then breathe. So we're going to move the chair away, but keep your belt or your scarf nearby because we'll use it. I'm going to come onto all fours. So your hands, let's take the hands just a little bit in front of the shoulders. This way we have less pressure on our wrist joints. We just now worked on all of our joints here, so we want to protect our joints. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, dropping the belly. Exhaling, blowing the air out and arching the back up like a cat. Pull the navel in to release all the air. Inhaling, filling the belly. Exhaling, push the hands into the earth and arch the back up like a cat. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe it all out. Inhale, let's come to a neutral spine. So let's take the knees wide, bring your toes together, and walk your fingertips over to the right side as you bring your hips towards your heels. And your forehead can come to the earth. You can even take your left hand for a deeper stretch and place it on top of your right hand. And feel a nice big stretch on the whole left side of the body. So let's take a deep inhale, filling the back of the lungs. Exhaling, blowing out the breath. And softening towards the earth. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Walk the hands towards the front of your mat. Walk the fingers out like little spiders. Lift the chin, lengthening through the spine. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling, forehead to the earth and blowing out your breath. Inhale, lift the head and walk your hands all the way over towards the left now. If you want a deeper stretch, you can take your right hand over the left hand. Inhale, expanding in the back body with a deep breath. And exhaling, blowing out the breath. And softening forward. And breathe. And let's bring the hands back to center. And we'll come to a child pose, forehead to the earth. You can leave your hands in front of you, or you can have them next to you, beside you, with the palms up. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. With the next breath, expanding in the back body. Feel your lungs expanding with a deep inhale. And exhaling, blowing it out, blowing out the breath, softening even more. Feel the hips softening, the shoulders softening. And keep breathing, deep inhales and long exhales. And feel the edges of your heart softening. And whatever comes up, just allow it to come up and wash through you. Just like the waves on top of the ocean. Let's place the hands on the floor with an inhale. Press your hands into the earth to lift yourself up nice and slowly. And we'll come seated. We're going to come into a Baddha Konasana. So a nice seated stretch. Bring your feet together. And take your right hand and your left hand behind you and press your feet in towards each other. So you might have a bigger diamond like this. You may want a pillow. If you find that this is hard, if you're slouching forward, then you can put a pillow underneath your hips, or even a book. You can put a big book or a block to lift up the hips a little more, and that will create some more freedom in the spine and also more freedom in the legs in the stretch. If you can walk the feet a little closer to you, then go ahead. So we'll inhale and press the hands into the earth and lengthen up through the spine. Press your feet in towards each other. And then exhaling, blowing out the breath, blowing out long. We'll take another deep inhale. Lengthening through the spine. And exhaling, blowing it out long. So you can take your hands now to your ankles if you can, or you can keep your hands behind you. And we'll take one last deep inhale and exhale. This time we're going to breathe in for 4, hold at the top, and exhale for 4. So here we go. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's breathe normally. So bring your knees together with your hands. I'm going to take the right leg out and bring the left foot in towards your right thigh. And let's lift up our hips. Pull your buttocks, the left and the right buttocks out, so you're more on the sit bones. So you don't want to be sitting on your tailbone here. So pull out the left and right butt cheek, and you're going to take your scarf or your strap and wrap it around your right foot. So inhale, lengthen through the spine here. Pull the shoulders up and back the best you can. I'm going to inhale and exhale, blowing out the breath. Another deep inhale, lifting all the way to the crown of the head. This time as you exhale, just pull the heart forward. Pull on your strap, pulling your heart forward. We're not trying to round forward, head to knee. Just pulling the heart forward just a little bit here, and you'll feel a deeper stretch in the back of the leg here. So we're hinging from our hips. And exhaling, blowing out the breath. Deep inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, pulling the heart forward. And release. So you're going to take the foot that you had pressing into the thigh and take it over your opposite leg, and we'll do a seated twist here. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, we'll twist. Gaze over the left shoulder, or you might be doing the opposite shoulder, that's okay. Inhale, lengthening, and exhaling, twisting with the exhale. Pull the navel in, and that creates more room for the twist. And breathe. Twists are so good for the organs, for our colon. And we'll release. And we'll come over to the opposite side. Let's do the opposite leg. And take, for me, it's my right foot pressing into my left thigh. And take your strap or your scarf, place it around your foot. So inhale, lengthening up. So we want to have a nice length in our spine here, nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, you're going to pull your heart forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pulling forward, hinging from the hips. your left leg, you want to keep it as straight as possible. Inhale, lengthen, and exhaling, moving from the heart. We're not trying to round forward here. And release the strap. And take your right foot and place it over the left leg. Let's roll this right shoulder up and back, hand behind you. You're going to take your left hand to your knee, inhaling and lengthening, and exhaling, blowing out your breath and twisting. Inhale, lengthening, exhaling, twisting. I just love twists. And come back. And take your feet in front of you, and we're gonna let the knees drop over to one side. And come back up and to the other side. And do that a couple times. You could do it your own rhythm. You can stay on one side or go to the other. So now let's bring our knees over to one side. And you're going to take your hand and extend the top arm up and over. And bow down to the earth behind you. For a beautiful twist. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, expanding in the back body. Exhaling, softening forward. You can bring your forehead to your hands. And we'll come back up. And bring your knees over to the other side. And you're going to come around. And bow towards the earth here. So you might be on your hands, or maybe you can take your forehead to your hands. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here. Deep inhale, expanding in the back body. Exhaling, softening. Breathing out the air, blowing it out. Deep inhale, expanding in the back body. And exhaling, softening deeper into the twist here. And we'll come back up. So we're going to come onto our back. And we'll come into a bridge pose, which is very good for strengthening our lower back. And also opening up in the shoulders. So your feet are a comfortable distance from your hips here. Your feet are hip width apart. And press your elbows into the earth here. And inhale, lift up in your chest area. So we're going to keep this lift in the chest area. And then with the next breath, with the next inhale, we're going to lift the hips. Now I want you to press your elbows more into the earth and try to bring your shoulder blades, like squeeze them more together on your back. So on the next exhale, I want you to drop the hips, but keep your chest lifted. Inhale, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Press elbows more into the earth, expanding in the heart with the breath. Exhaling, releasing the hips, but keep the chest lifted. Breathing out the breath. One more time. Inhale, lifting the hips. Press elbows into the earth. Lift the heart. Breathe in, expand. Now keep the hips lifted here and maintain a normal breath. And if you like, you can take your right arm and then the left arm underneath and interlace the hands, or you can keep elbows pressing in. If you have the hands clasped, press the arms in towards each other and lift up in the hips a little more. Deep inhale. And then exhale, release the hips to the earth. Letting it all go. Let the knees fall over to the right side here. Bring the arms up overhead and grab the elbows and gaze towards the left. And breathe. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Feel the release on the whole left side of your body. Breathe into the left side of the body here. Exhaling. Letting go. Inhale, bring the knees back up. And exhale to the opposite side and gaze over to the opposite shoulder here. So we'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale, breathe it out through the mouth. Another deep inhale and exhale. And let's bring the legs back to center. So you're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Extend your leg up to the sky and press the thigh into your hands. This will help to release any tension that you might feel in the lower back, from bridge pose. It helps to neutralize the lower back. So if you ever feel lower back pain, this is something that you can do to help release it. You can do it in a chair like we did earlier or laying on your back. Now let's do the opposite leg. Pull the knee in towards your shoulder and extend the leg up to the sky. Interlace hands behind the leg. Stretch thigh into the hands. And breathe. Beautiful. Going to take the right leg over the left leg. Pop the hips over to the right and let the knees fall over to the left. Now take your elbows and press them into the earth to try to get your upper body so the shoulders are more on the earth. And you can grab elbows and look over to the right or just extend the arms out, whichever you prefer, for another twist here. And feel this deep in your hips. So let's pull the belly in. It creates a little more space for the twists. So twists are wonderful for the nervous system. We're also crossing the left and the right hemisphere. So it's very good for calming the mind. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in as you fully release your breath, making a little more room for a deeper twist. And then we'll come back. And let's bring the hips over to the opposite side and take the left leg over the right. Let the knees fall over to the right side. Now press the elbows into the earth, trying to straighten out your shoulders. Try to get both shoulders on the earth if you can. Again, arms overhead or open up the arms to your side. Gaze over to the left. Deep inhale. Exhaling long. Breathing it out. Releasing all the breath as you move deeper into the twist. Inhale, let's bring the knees back to center. And let's take both knees in and rock side to side. So you can rotate one hip and then the other. We'll first move in one direction. It's a nice massage on the lower back. And now we'll do the opposite direction. And squeeze both knees in. If you like, you can even clasp the arms and squeeze the knees in as tight as you can. Let's see if you can make like a little cannonball here and hug everything in as tight as you can, lifting your head up, bringing chin to chest. You can cross your feet if you like. That can make it a little tighter and squeeze everything in, hug in. And exhale, release everything. Bring hands up overhead, stretch the feet and the legs, stretch the toes, stretch the fingers. Okay. And now we're going to take our scarf. Let's just lay it over your belly for a moment and let everything be heavy on the earth. Just notice how you feel for a couple of breaths. Notice the waves of thoughts or feelings, allowing them to move through you like waves on the top of the ocean as we sink deeper into the depths, into our depths, where the ocean is more still. So let's pull our right knee in, hug the knee in, and we're going to take our belt or scarf to the bottom of the foot. So pull the knee in and then stretch the foot up to the sky. And you're going to press the foot into the sky as you hold on to the scarf. So your opposite leg, your knee can be bent, or you can have the leg straight on the earth. You'll see what works best for you today. If you feel any tension in your lower back, then your bottom leg should be bent, and also keep the extended leg, the knee bent a little bit if you feel any tension. Otherwise, see if you can straighten the leg the best you can. Opening up the back of the leg. So hug the muscles above the knee here as you press your foot into the strap, creating resistance, which helps to safely open up the back of the leg. So rotate, I want you to rotate in your right hip here as your right toes move away from you. Then open up the leg to your right. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths and look over to the opposite direction. Let's take a deep inhale for 4 here. We'll pause and then exhale for 4. So let's start. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to a normal breath. Bring the leg back to center. Stretch the foot up towards the sky as you resist with the strap. And now we're going to let the leg cross over the body. So if this is too, you'll know if it's too intense. If it's too intense, bend the knee and cross over. Otherwise, stretch the leg and we'll cross over. I want you to roll over into the whole left side of your body here as you stretch your right leg away. We'll stay here for just a couple of breaths. If you can, try to get both shoulders on the earth. Do your best. Inhale the leg up to the sky. Stretch the leg up again towards the sky, opening up the back of the leg. Release your strap. close your eyes as you release your leg to the earth. Take your right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly, and just notice how you feel. Notice how your right side feels compared to the left side. I feel a lot more warmth on my right side. It feels more open and spacious. So let's do the left side. So bring your left knee in, hug the knee into the chest here. And place the strap on the bottom of the foot. So again, let's start with our right knee first bent, and then if your lower back feels okay, you can open up the leg. So let's begin with it bent. Pull the knee in towards you, and then stretch the foot up to the sky. Opening up the back of the leg. Remember, active thigh muscle here helps to open up the back of the leg nice and safe. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. So now we're going to rotate in this left hip. Feel the whole left hip rotate out as your left foot rotates away from you. Take the strap in your left hand and open the leg up to the left here. You can open up the right arm away from you if you like. And we're going to stay here. We're going to count to 4. I'm going to count to 4 for the inhale, pause, and then exhale for 4. So let's begin. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to a normal breath. Bring the leg back to center. Take the straps into your right hand now. So recommit, pressing the foot into the strap. And we're going to roll over to our whole right side here, and our leg will come with us. So you can have the knee bent if it's too intense, or straighten the leg. If you can try to get both shoulders on the earth and gaze over to the opposite side if you like. This stretch gets your whole IT band on the outside of the leg. It's very good for runners. It's good to help to reduce any knee pain. So let's bring the leg back to center. Press the foot into the strap, stretching the back of the leg, hugging muscle to bone here. And we're going to release the leg to the earth. You can let your strap fall to the side, right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Just notice how you feel from one side to the other. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Bringing your awareness to your heart. I'm going to lead you through a deep relaxation for the last 5 minutes. Let's take a deep inhale, bringing your awareness to your heart space. And exhale, breathing out long. Let's take a couple more breaths like this. Deep inhale from the lower belly to the top of the lungs. As you exhale, imagine you're breathing out smoke and releasing any tension that your body is holding on to. One more deep inhale. Inhale. To the top of the lungs. Pause. Exhale, breathe it out long. Come to a normal breath. Bringing your awareness to your feet. Notice your feet. The feet are relaxed. Let them fall to the side. Bringing your awareness to your calves. Take a deep breath into your calves. Exhale, softening. Your calves are relaxed. Bring your awareness to your thighs. Take a deep breath into the thigh area. Exhaling, softening the thighs to the earth, softening the knees, softening the whole leg. Your legs are relaxed. Bring your awareness to your hips and pelvic girdle. We'll take a deep breath in, filling the whole pelvic girdle area with breath. Exhaling, softening and releasing any tension or stuck emotions in the pelvic area as you breathe it out like smoke. Let's take another deep breath into the whole pelvic area, hip area. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhaling, blowing it out like smoke. All the tension, any stuck feelings, just breathe them out. Just let it go, no matter what it is. Bringing your awareness to your belly area. Let's take a deep inhale, expanding the whole belly area. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhaling, breathing out like smoke. Letting go whatever doesn't serve you. Coming to a normal breath. Bringing your awareness to your shoulders. Taking a deep inhale. Breathing into your shoulders. Exhaling and softening the shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing into the arms all the way down to the hands. Exhaling and feeling the arms and hands soften and relax. Breathing into the throat area. Taking a deep inhale. Exhaling, softening the throat and the jaw. The jaw is relaxed. The throat is open. On the next exhale, releasing anything that might be stuck between the heart and the throat, any words or hurt feelings. Exhale it out, breathe it out. Inhaling light into the heart area, into the heart space, all the way up through the throat area. Exhaling, like smoke, breathing out anything that doesn't serve you. Anything that's you're holding on to, let it go. Breathe it out. Take another deep inhale into the heart space. Just envision it expanding like golden light. And exhaling, softening and breathing out this golden light into the world. Next inhale, breathing all the way up to the top of your lungs, expanding all the way to the top of the head. And exhaling, softening and relaxing. Feel the head heavy on the earth. The skull is heavy and relaxed. The neck is relaxed. The shoulders and the arms and hands are relaxed. Your chest, your stomach, your pelvic area is relaxed. Your thighs and your knees and your shins and your feet are relaxed. The whole body is relaxed. Keeping your awareness on your breath. Listening to the breath coming in and out. Inhaling light and exhaling light. We'll stay here for a couple more moments. And sending out with each breath, breathing in light. And exhaling, breathing light out to your loved ones. Breathing out love and light. Next breath, let's bring our arms up overhead and stretch. You can move your fingers and your toes. Bend your knees. Roll over to one side and slowly push yourself up to a seated position. And we will close class. You're always welcome to stay lying down in Shavasana or deep relaxation. So bringing your hands to your heart, and from my heart to yours, namaste. Wishing everyone peace, 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 peace. Namaste.